This earth is a port having many wonderful and not so wonderful facilities. Your soul arrives at this port earth as a passenger when you are born here, and you have a limited time that you can spend here before departing for your next destination. Every passenger has to depart from port earth, and the departure time remains a secret, and it is known as death. This secret time of departure, however, is prefixed for every passenger, and everyone must leave at their predetermined time. However, you must buy a ticket before you depart. There's a one-way ticket, a round trip, also known as a return ticket, and then there's departing without a ticket. The ticket can be bought with your karmas, which are your deeds, both from your past life as well as your present life. If you lived a devotional, non-violent life, let me define non-violence. You avoided killing or hurting any living being without a valid reason. For example, if you kill desperados are the persons who want to harm you, hurt you, kill you, encroach your property, rape your women, steal your wealth, then killing them is not considered violent or a sin. But killing another living being for fun or for selfish reasons like getting their pelts or horns to sell or for food is violence and considered a sin. If there is a living being that's killing humans, then killing such a living being is not considered as violence or sin. So, living a devotional, non-violent, and selfless life will give you good karmas, and living selfishly will not. You will learn more about this in the future chapters. Suffice to say that with good karmas, you will be able to buy a one-way ticket and depart this world and go to the upper realms or heavens. Living a devotional but selfish life will get you mixed karmas, with which you will only be able to buy a round-trip ticket, which will take you to the upper realms for being devotional, but bring you back after your good karmas run out. And living a life devoid of devotion only for satisfying your carnal desires, grabbing other people's wealth, hurting or killing others thinking that this is what you were born for, will give you bad karmas, with which you won't be able to buy any ticket and will have to walk to the staircase that only leads to the hellish lower realms. Think of it this way. When you enter this port earth, you are in a virtual reality, and your soul wears a body suit and virtual reality goggles, which are to be left behind when departing from here. The body suit that you get depends on your karmas. You may become a human, an animal, a bird, a fish, a reptile, an insect, or a tree. As per Hindu scriptures, there are 8.4 million species that exist in all 14 realms.
4 पैरों वाले पशुओं की 30 लाख प्रजातियां, पेड़ पौधों की 20 लाख प्रजातियां, कीड़े और रेंगने वाले जीव जंतुओं की 11 लाख प्रजातियां, पक्षियों की 10 लाख प्रजातियां, पानी में रहने वाले जीवों की 9 लाख प्रजातियां, मनुष्यों की 4 लाख प्रजातियां। 84 लाख प्रजातियां केवल धरती पर नहीं हैं, अपितु 14 लोकों में बिखरी हुई हैं।
Nobody knows their time of departure. But when the time comes, then no matter how much money you have, no matter if you are a king or a beggar, everyone has to leave. You may have billions, but that won't buy you a single minute. The soul, when it enters this port earth, is mesmerized and sometimes corrupted by the facilities here like money, carnal satisfaction, status, and power, which drive people to commit sin to fulfill their desires, so that they can get bigger cars, yachts, bigger homes, beautiful partners, etc. These facilities are collectively referred to as Maya. You will learn about Maya in the future chapters. The soul forgets that it is but a traveler who has to leave when the departure time comes. But whoever acquires the knowledge of his true self, the Atma, the soul, through Geeta, is saved from committing sins and becomes eligible to get a one-way ticket for the ultimate destination of moksha, which is freedom from the cycle of death and rebirth. Lord Shri Krishna in verses 2.19 through till 2.25 says that the one who thinks that he can slay the soul, or the one who thinks that his soul can be slain, are both wrong. Because the soul does not slay, nor can it be slain. Soul is eternal and immortal, because it was never born, hence it never dies, even when this body dies. Just like the person wearing a virtual reality bodysuit and goggles. No matter what happens in the virtual world, nothing happens to him.
Reload.
I don't like this.
Unless he gets carried away. The person in the virtual reality is not afraid because he knows that no harm can come to him. He fights the biggest and the most terrifying monsters because he knows that even if he dies in this game, he just restarts the game and plays again. He knows that it's just a game, and all he has to do is remove his virtual reality goggles to return to reality. As a gamer never gets pierced with any weapon, burns, drowns, or dissipates, no matter how many times he plays and dies in the game, no harm comes to his person in real life. Similarly, nothing happens to the soul, no matter how many times the body dies and is reborn. Over time, the gamer's bodysuit and goggles wear out, and he just discards his old gear and gets a new set. Similarly, the soul at the time of death just discards this old body and wears a new one. Therefore, Lord Shri Krishna says to Arjun that he now knows the reality of the soul, which never dies, and hence Arjun need not grieve that his loved ones would die or that he himself would die. Death is only for the body and no harm comes to the soul. So Arjun must stop worrying about committing a sin and fight for dharma and kill whosoever is against dharma, even if they are his teachers, loved ones, or friends. Stay tuned and keep learning. See you in the next video.